Just starting out in project management? Perhaps feeling like there's a million things to learn and really no clear starting point? Well, let me tell you, you're not alone. For the past 20 years, I've been helping new project managers across industries build the skills they need to run projects with confidence. And one thing I always tell them is this: every project is unique, but the fundamentals never change. And in this video, I'm going to break down the project management fundamentals every new PM needs to know. So stay tuned so you can hit the ground running on every one of your projects. Understanding key project terms. Now, if you're a seasoned professional, the key project terms I'm talking about have become so much a part of your vocabulary that you don't even give them a second thought. But if you're a new project manager, that may not be the case. If I use terms like after action review, gold plating, scope creep, steering committee, stakeholder or sponsor, you may be left scratching your head. Now, if you're a new project manager, you definitely want to have a baseline understanding of key project terms, no matter what industry you're in. Knowing your way around key project terms is going to boost your confidence, and I promise you, also your understanding of project management in general. Not only that, it's going to inspire confidence in your team members when you sound like you know what you're talking about. Now, don't go getting overwhelmed at all. I've got a great video for you that covers key project terms. It's a must-watch for new project managers. You definitely want to check it out after you finish this video. So spend some time brushing up on terminology around project management fundamentals. All you have to do is go to the YouTube search bar, write in Adriana Girdler, 10 terms. While we're talking about project management fundamentals, if you run projects, be sure to get my guide on how to avoid the 10 most common mistakes new project managers make. I'll put the link below this video. Understanding the 5 phases of project management. Now, if I had to pick just like one fundamental to cover with new project managers, this would be it. No matter what you do, projects and initiatives all go through these phases. And understanding these phases will actually make managing your projects so much easier. Now, new project managers often feel like there are a million things to learn and they don't know where to start. Understanding what happens in which stage of your project will actually help you gauge what you have to do and, more importantly, when. So what are the 5 stages? Well, the first one is initiation. This is where we define the project's purpose and make sure it's actually doable. Planning, well, this is where we map out scope, timeline, and resources to keep things on track. Execution, now this is go time. The team gets to work and moves the project forward. And then monitoring and control. We keep an eye on progress and fix issues and adjust as needed. Now, closing, this is where you finally wrap things up, you deliver the results, and you capture lessons learned for next time. Now, these are just high-level basics, but if you want a deeper dive, I've actually got an entire course that walks you step by step through each phase, like a playbook for project success. Plus, it includes every template you ever need, so you'll never be starting from scratch. I'll put the link below. Planning for success. Project management success is really all about putting a thoughtful and solid plan in place. Other people are involved in refining the plan, but it's really up to you as a project manager to baseline around project goals and priorities, and then get input and approval on it from your sponsor, steering committee, and some potential subject matter experts. From there, you're going to refine your plan and then monitor and course correct. It's all throughout the life cycle of your project. Now, from what I've said so far, it may sound like I'm talking about a single project plan, but in reality, you actually create a whole bunch of different types of project plans during your project, including a communication plan, right? Really important, a risk plan, a change management plan, and this is just to name a few. There are also project schedules that break your project plan out more fully in different formats like task summary tables, Gantt charts, and calendar schedules. really, all this to say is you want to be prepared as a new project manager to plan, plan, plan. So if you think you've planned enough, well, you're probably mistaken, because the whole life cycle of a project is all about planning, rearranging your plan, and being agile enough to ensure that you can ultimately arrive successfully at the project finish line. Making good use of project documentation. This is like another project management fundamental that I like to cover with new project managers. Let me explain. As I just talked about, you'll be spending a ton of time planning during your project, and you're going to need the right documents to support that. Documentation is really important, but hear me when I say making good use of project documentation is even more important. And I've seen new project managers get bogged down in project documentations to the point where they're spending all of their time on it and kind of spinning their wheels, not truly getting anything done. Now, project documentation needs to be organized, consistent, and streamlined, so you're not spending all of your time managing it. You need time left in the day, really, for doing what project managers do, which is removing roadblocks, supporting team members, and making sure project processes are being followed. You want to use your project documents to your advantage, so they're helping you, not controlling you. And let me say this again, project documents should be helping you, not controlling you. Here are some tips when it comes to project documentation. First, use templates for all your project documents so you're not recreating the wheel on every project. Trust me, you've got better things to do, right? Much better things to do. You also, as another tip, show your team members where to find project documents and teach them how to use it. That way you can take advantage of project documentation to share information and track status updates without having to chase your team. We call chasing your team herding cats in project management, and I promise you, you want to avoid it at all costs. And probably another last tip is get sign off on key project documentation from your sponsor, senior executive, steering committee, every project team member. When you get agreements signed in writing, you can go back and reference that documentation down the road in case of disagreements or confusion. Trust me on this one, you will thank yourself later. Getting the right support. I want every new project manager to hear this. A project manager is not an island. You may think you have to do it all alone, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Being a project management professional isn't about trying to do it all yourself. Sometimes it's about knowing that you need support. So here are some examples. There will be things on your project that you just don't understand. Business cases, strategic background information, even company history around why things are done the way they are done. That's when you turn to the members of the senior executive team for support. You'll also need to clarify a lot of the information at the start of your project so you fully understand the project goals and objectives. You will need your sponsor's help with that. Your projects will likely involve deliverables that you don't fully understand. You'll need guidance from subject matter experts on that. You'll need access to resources and funding. You'll need to connect with people on your steering committee for those. You may also run into politics and people challenges during your project and need some advice on how to proceed. That's when you want to have someone you can trust, someone who understands the company culture, or who at least has experience with project management and can give you some insight. As a new project manager, especially, cultivating a relationship with a mentor can be really helpful because you will run into challenges. And this is one of my favorite roles. I love giving advice to my Slay Pro project management students during our group coaching calls every week. That's when I get to put my years of experience to use guiding new project managers in the right next step to take. Now that you know what project management fundamentals you need to know, check out this checklist on the mistakes to avoid. I'll put the link below this video. Watch this next video. It's a guide for new project managers all about project management documentation. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love for you to join this community. And if you found this video helpful, I'd be grateful if you give it a thumbs up. Also leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.